Hello everyone, this is Pam, Rose City Stitcher, coming to you with my July update. Today is Monday, August 1st, and I just wanted to go ahead and show you what I've been working on the last month. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you like what you see. For returning subscribers, thanks for coming back. If you happen to be new to my channel, then welcome. I hope you like what you see and come back. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. A little bit of stats for the month. I had 2 finishes. I had one new start, and I worked on 10 projects altogether. So let me go ahead and start with showing you my finishes. I finished Citrus Summer. This was in the Stitchers Quarterly. I really like this one a lot. I'm anxious to actually fully finish this one because I have a place to put it. So and I love this. This fabric came with the Stitchers Quarterly. It's called Tiles. It looks really good. It's actually showing up really good on the camera. So that was one of my finishes. The other finish, I managed to squeak this one out yesterday. This is Summertime by Primrose Cottage Stitchers. And this is on it's a very, very pale blue, so I know you probably wouldn't be able to really see the blue, but I think you can tell that it's not white. It's just a really pale blue. So I really like this, how this one came out. So those were my 2 finishes. So let me show you now my new start. In July, since I did my video like the first week of July, you saw my other start, which was Christmas rules for Christmas in July. So I ended up only starting one other Christmas project for my Christmas in July. This month ended up getting kind of crazy. So what I worked on, I started my Santa's Village. This is on Mushroom Lugana. And I like how it's coming out. So I'm almost done with the first one. Let's see. See it right there? Focus. Into focus. So I still have to do the Santa and the tree in this bottom part. So hopefully I'll get back to that soon. My goal had been to work on one of these each month, but they're actually a little bit more stitching than I thought they were. So that was the Santa's Village series. Then I worked on my Whip Go piece, and that was Belle by Minoric Orbit. And I got a lot done on this. I worked on this the 5 days that I was supposed to. And this is on a Be Stitch Me fabric, doesn't have a name. It's a Jobelin 32 count. And look at all my progress. Last time you saw it, all I had done with this top part, so I did all of her. And I love it. I did not want to put this one away. I was having so much fun with it. So, and you can tell it's a pale blue. But I love it. So, hoping to get back to her. She's a lot of fun. And I worked for my Halloween stitching on the 13th. I worked on Ghoul Friends a little bit by Teresa Kogut. And this is on the 14 count Fiddler's Ada. And I just worked some more filling in that dress, big dress. And I'm not using the called for on her dress because, as I said last time, it ended up being a brown, and I didn't really like that. So I'm using Best Prim Purple. So it's still like a primitive color, but it's got a tinge of purple in it. It's like a purpley brown. So I liked it a lot better. Then for my Christmas stitching on the 25th, I continued working on Oh Dear from Stitchers Quarterly. Oops, I forgot to put that over. This is on the fabric that came with it. It's a sparkly fabric. And I did the inner part of the ear and I did the red nose. So coming along. Like I said, I like just working on this one every 25th, and I think if I keep doing that, I'll get this done. It's like I may make it a focus piece a little bit later, so I can actually get it done this year. Okay, then let's see, what did I work on? Oh, then my Mill Hill Mondays. I've been working on my Jim Shore kitty. And continuing to work on that one. This time I worked on all this part right here. There. I hope you can't hear that outside. They're emptying the dumpster outside my house. Then I worked on for Friday, Full Coverage Friday, that's what it's called. I pulled this one out a couple of the Fridays. This is Mini Shaman by Ruth Thompson. See, I left the needle in there. That's where the missing needle went that I was looking for. And I worked some more down here. That's the corner. So I'm just coming down. So here's, oh, let's see what she looks like. So just working my way. This one's for my son. So, and then I worked on my other full coverage, Story Keep Secret Door. And I was just kind of working on her face, so her face didn't look so freaky looking. So there, you could tell it's her face now. You know, her lips look a little strange. So I'm just kind of working on filling in these colors to get that page finished. So. Okay, then I worked on, this was a just cause, I just wasn't feeling anything to work on. And so I pulled out my Dorothys Discovery by Silver Creek Samplers. And this is on a green, I think it's called Pale, pretty sure it's called Pale Meadow. Yep, 28 count Lugana. And last time you saw it, I had done the words and the Emerald City, so I did her legs and the basket. I would have done Toto, he's right in here, but it wanted Garden Gate wool thread instead of just the regular thread, and I didn't realize that and didn't have that. So I've got that on order. In fact, it's supposed to be here either today or tomorrow. So when that comes in, I may actually pull this back out so I can do the dog, because you can see the outline of his little paws there in the basket. So I may do that. So this one doesn't lack a whole lot now to be done. Of course, her dress, there's a lot to her dress. So you can see there's a pretty good bit to her dress. So, but I was very happy with getting a little bit more progress on this one. And I think she may be on my whip go too, so if she gets called, then that'll be another 5 days to work on her. Okay, then let's see. Okay, then I come to my Joan Elliott's, because it was Joan Elliott July. So I worked on 3 Joan Elliott's. I didn't end up working on all the Joan Elliott's I planned. Got kind of burned out. I worked some on Christmas Twilight. And this on Snow Mountain by Pole Stitches. And oh, this fabric is turning out good. And I just worked coming down here on that fur there on both sides, just kind of trying to kind of fill in holes, what I was kind of doing on that. So just worked on that. It was slow going because it was a lot of color changes. So, I think in fact I only worked on this one day. And I worked on Medieval Maiden. Let's see, where's her? There she is. Medieval Maiden. And she's on, doesn't say what she's on. Yeah, here it is. Heritage. If I picture this plus. So there she is. And I just had worked on this going up because I'd finished that page, and so just working my way up on that. So like I said, she's got a lot done, but she still has a little bit of a ways to go. You can see I worked here, but I still have to do her face and the bodice and all that. So, but I did work on her. I think I worked on her for 4 days. Pretty sure it was 4 days that I worked on her. So some nice progress on her. And then the last one that I worked on was Fire Goddess by Joan Elliott. This is one of my favorite ones. Mainly, a lot of it's because of the fabric. I just love the fabric. It's a 16 count. Moselle, I believe. Either Moselle or Fabrics by LJ. And like I said, I just love the fabric. And what I did, I finished this bottom part. I still needed some of that finish, so I finished all of that, the orange part. Got that all done, so now I'll be ready to work my way up. So, and she actually, well, she's got a good bit because I've got to do her shawl and her face, so it'll take a little bit. But it looks like the colors, it's not a lot of color changing. It's like little blocks. So I'm anxious, very anxious to get back to her again. I'll probably pull her out again this year for fancy lady time, which I'll explain that in a minute when I go talk about my plans, which is actually next. Okay, so I knew that wouldn't take terribly long, like 10 projects. Okay, so let me talk about my plans. I'm going to go back to my old way of doing things with my plans, which is a rotation of 4 days on. I had my little sheet. I'm looking for my sheet. I don't know what happened to my little sheet that I had here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so my rotation is 5 days on a fancy lady, 5 days on a large, 4 days on a medium, 4 days on a small or an almost finish, and then 4 days on a kit. And so then that leaves me several days that are free. I have that at least 8 days for a new start or whatever I want. So I've plugged everything on my calendar with a jungle theme this month. And so um, I've got what I ended up picking was I tried to make the Whipco pieces that I hadn't done yet, that had been called. I tried to fit those into my categories. So that's kind of the way I worked it out. So let me kind of show you what I've done. Okay, so, oh, I do have one new start. Let me show you that first. Where's my new start? I just stuck it in here. Here it is. For Kitten Caboodle, by Kenny Stitches and Cat Talks, I believe. They're doing on the each month starting a kit. It can be any kind of kit. So this month I decided to go easy on myself because school will be starting, and the kit that I picked was a Mill Hill kit. So I'm going to start this little guy, a little seagull. So I'm going to start that today. That fits with the first of the month, and it's Monday. So I'm going to start that one today. And I just have this down for today. Just start it, and that's all. Okay, so that, I have that one. Then the Whipco, oh, my stuff got all messed up. Where'd it go? There we go. So my Whipco, one of the Whipcos that was called for this month was Pray by Teresa Kogut. And this is what I'm not really sure I'm going to continue. I'm not a fan of these colors. I didn't realize this was like, basically, it was, you know, a lot of stitching. I'm just not sure if I'm going to continue on with this. So, I'm not a huge fan of this fabric. It's a weird fabric. It's, picture this plus sand on 16 count. So here's where I am. So I'm going to see, I've got this down for this week, and see if I get my stitchy bug back on this one. If I don't find the love for this one, then I'm going to UFO this one, because I have too many that I like, you know, that I love stitching, to stitch on one that's just so okay. I like the her Angel series. There's one that I like a lot more that came out after this that's blue. So that's, once I saw that one, I'm like, oh, I don't really like this one. I like that one. So that's also why I'm leaning towards not knowing that I'll really want to continue on with this one. I think I'd rather do that one. So we'll see. I'll work on it and see if I, find the love for it. If I do, great. If not, this will be a UFO, because I haven't wanted to stitch on this all year. It's like I haven't had any desire to pull this one out. So that's why I'm kind of glad it got called, so I can pull it out and see if it's one I truly still want to stitch on. So, and of course, that, since it's a Whipco, that one's 5 days. Because my Whipco projects, I say to do 5 days. Then the other one that got called last month, and I actually did want to work on this, it just didn't happen, is Mighty Acorn. Okay, so Pray fits with my medium stitch. And then Mighty Acorns out of this Blackbird Designs book. And this is my large, because this is 119 by 185. So I consider that, a large, not huge, but it's a larger project. So I'm going to use that for my large. I love this project. I like this one so much. I actually bought the book for this project. And this is on, looks like it's a mushroom Lagana or maybe wheat Lagana. And I just had the smallest of starts, so, but I'm really anxious to get back to this one. And so, of course, this one's also going to be 5 days, since it's a Whipco project. So hoping to get a little bit of progress on that one. And then next is, oh, nope, my next Whipco that was called this month is Enchanted Aurora, another Joan Elliott. which again, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to work on this one because I just finished all of Joan Elliott. But I do like this one, and I have found that once I get started on it, I really get into it because it's so beautiful. So usually it's just, okay, let's just put it on the Q Snap and pick a color and let's go. And then usually I find my joy of it again. This is on, what is this? Let's see. I don't know what this is on. I believe this is the pole, might be the pole stitches that it's called for. I think it is, but it doesn't say what it is. But I think that's what this is. Okay, and I'm gonna pull it up. It's a fabric that's causing problems here. There we go. And there's where I am. So like I said, once I get started on it, I love the colors. The colors are so beautiful. So once I get going, I'll probably be okay. I may come down on the wolf and finish stitching the wolf. Might be what I work on. So, yeah, I could like stitch on the wolf's legs, and then I could come down to the bunny. So that might be what I do. So, like I said, I am kind of excited to work on this one. I'm not thinking like, I don't want to do it. So I think once I get going on it, I'll enjoy it. And this one, so this one of course will be 5 days, and this fits my fancy lady in my rotation. And then I've got, what is this one? Gathering Acorns. And this is my just because this one has like been calling me. This could be, let's see, 100 by 130. So this is a little bit, it could be considered a small, kind of a small to medium. So, but I love this one. I've been wanting to get back to this one. Like I kept wanting to do this one last month. I'm kind of ready. You can tell I'm kind of ready for fall. So, and this is on Be Stitch Me Frappuccino. It's a 14 count. But I just thought this fabric was so beautiful, would fit so good with this project. So, and again, just the smallest to start. I think I just worked on it the day I started it. So I'm very anxious to get back to this one. I just love it. Yeah, I just love Cottage Garden Samplings designs. They are so awesome. I have her fox one that I want to start also. I wanted to start this year. So, like I said, that one's a just because. And like I said, it kind of, I'm considering it my small because of the Mill Hill kit's my small, and that's just 1 day. So this, I was going to work on this a few days. And then the other whip go was holiday stitching, and I never did do my holiday stitching. So this is the one that's kind of calling to me right now. Is the Gingerbread Cookies. I finished the carrot cake one. So I'd kind of like to do this one by stitching with the Housewives. And this is on the chalkboard black. And there's threads there. And there's where I am on this one. So I know I still have a ways to go on it. But if I work on this for 5 days, that would give me some pretty good progress. I think 5 days would probably, because the words stitch kind of fast. Let me take it out of this. It's kind of glare. The words stitch up pretty quick, and I've already done a couple rows of the words. Let's see, 3 rows of the words. So I'm thinking that I could maybe finish, at least get the words done in 5 days, and maybe get some of that gingerbread man done in 5 days. And so that would have me much closer to a finish on this one. So, and it's in my Charlie Housewives bag. So that's, oops. And then that leaves me with 4 days that I don't have anything marked for. So if I get off, can't stitch a day or something, that gives me a few extra days to catch up. or I can pull out, whatever I want that last week. So I like those plans. I did well when I used this rotation. So I felt like I wanted to go back to it because I like to kind of have a routine and kind of know what I'm working on. And it gives me enough flexibility still to pick what I want to work on when I just pull by the different categories. So those are the categories that I'm picking because, like, a large could be anything. It could be, you know, it could be Joan Elliott, it could be a sampler, it could be one of my bookish ones, it could be, any different thing. So it gives me a little bit of variety. Now you'll notice I didn't put anything for my kit category, because really none of my kits were calling to me at the time I was doing this last night. So I just left that off. I thought, well, this month I just won't do that because I really wanted to work on gathering acorns. So I'm like, it's okay to skip a kit. And I may go back, to the Mill Hill kit instead. So for those last days, because that's a really small one. So I may do that. So that's kind of my plans for August. I'm excited about my plans. Like I said, I'm a teacher, so school starts for me on Wednesday. The 3rd through the 5th is new teacher orientation. If you watched my last video, you saw I got a new job, so I have new teacher orientation, so I have to go back a little bit earlier. A little bit of life update. I have worked in my room for about a week and a half. Got my room all ready. I got all of my stuff from my old school out of the garage and got everything at the new school and organized and set up, bulletin board set up. So everything is pretty much good to go in my classroom. Now I just need to work on lessons and things like that. So I think I'm in pretty good shape. I'm a little nervous, but feeling a little bit better now. So like I said, I'll learn a lot more at the orientation. So that's kind of my plans, and that's why my plans are kind of what they are. So that way I can, like I said, even if I only put, 50 stitches in, that's going to still count for a day. So, because like some days, like meet the teacher is the 11th, that I may not get to work on that day at all because I'll get home a little bit later. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. But I'm excited. I'm excited about my stitching this month. I'm excited about pretty much, all of my projects except that one. So we'll see how that goes. So now let me just show you my little bit of haul. I don't have a lot of haul because, as I told you last month, me and Terry Lee were trying to do no patterns, buy no patterns for the rest of the year. So we didn't do too bad. We ended up kind of caving at the Heaven and Earth design sale, and we each bought just one pattern, though. We did good. We only bought one pattern. So we did kind of cave on that, but it was on, they were 50% off, and you just can't not take advantage of that. That doesn't come around, 50% doesn't come around a lot. So we did do that. I'll show you what I got in a minute. And I did get this I had ordered actually in June, but it was back ordered. So I did get this one, another little lemon one, which is so cute. I'm excited to start this one. I could probably finish this one in pretty much a day. So I got that. And then let me show you the pattern I got from Heaven and Earth Designs, if I can get it to come up on my Kindle. I tried to set it up before I started the video so that it would be right there. Ah, yay. Okay, we'll see if this works. This is called Mini Strawberry Kitten by Melissa Dawn. Oh, there. It showed up really good. That's my kitty. That looks so much like Cream Puff. When I saw this, I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. It is so cute. And it's not a real difficult one. It's 260 by 325, but it doesn't have a lot of confetti stitching. I already put it on my pattern keeper, and it's lots of just mini blocks of color, except for the kitty. So I don't think it'll be too bad of a stitch. So I'm not sure when I'm going to start it, sooner rather than later, because I really do love it. Not sure when I'll fit that one in. So that was all my patterns. And so I bought some finishing things. I'll show you that at Michael's. They had some finishing little fat quarters. So I got this for my lemon, and then this also kind of for the lemon and the bees, and then this little beehives for my bee projects to finish. So I got a little bit of finishing materials. Like I said, I never finish anything, but I'm got finishing materials, and I'm hoping to start maybe trying that, doing some finishes. And then I found this at Dollar General. It says fresh squeezed. I thought that was cute. I might could use that for a finish. And then I got this for a finish, also at Dollar General. And this just pops off. That's just a little clip. So it's a little shadow box. So I can put some small thing in there, either something with the bees or something with the lemons. Either one of those smalls could fit. And like I said, this is just a little piece of paper that was in there. So, and that clip is already there. So yeah, so I thought that would be good for a finish. And last month I talked about what I was going to use to finish the Patriotic Picnic by Primrose Stitches. And I was too far away to get it. This will fit on that. It'll fit on this perfect. So I'm going to use this to finish my Patriotic Picnic. So I want to get back to that since I actually have something specific I'm going to use to finish that. So I'm going to use that to finish. So that brings me to the end of my video. That's pretty much all, right at 30 minutes, so it's not too bad. I'm not going to talk about books today. I didn't actually bring my books with me. I did read a few good books, but I'm not going to talk about those today. I have a lot to do today, so I wanted to get this video up before I started stitching today. So hope everybody has a great week. I hope everybody's staying cool. I'm in Texas and it's hot, hot, hot. We've got a drought. We've had no rain and it is so hot. We don't really go much of anywhere because it's just so hot getting in and out of the car. It's pretty unbearable out there right now. Hoping to cool off soon. I hope it cools off before too much longer because the kids starting school, it's going to be too hot for them to even go outside for recess as hot as it is right now. So we're hoping we get some cooler weather down here pretty quick. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great week, has a great August, and hopefully I'll see you at the end of the month. Like I said, with school starting, you know my videos aren't always as structured. I don't always make it right at the end of the month. So we'll just see how it goes, see how my school year goes as to when I come back. So anyway, have a great week and I will see you then. Bye.